Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Charlotte from At Charlotte's House. Today I'm going to share with you an adorable little Halloween project using one of my favorites, Quikrete. All you need is a mold. I'm using these silicone molds that were in the baking section of the craft store. They're really easy to work with. I think they were 50% off. I am using the fast setting concrete mix. Any Quikrete mix will work. I like the fast setting for something like this because I can move along with my crafting. I always use disposable materials when I'm mixing my concrete, so I'm using solo cups, plastic knives. That way when I'm finished, I can just throw them away and I don't need to worry about racing around to clean them up. To mix concrete, I typically just eyeball it, and I'm looking for something that's about the consistency of a pudding. If you're working with bigger amounts of concrete, you want to be careful of the dust that comes up. So wear a mask, wear gloves, just be safe. Once I have the consistency that I'm looking for, I'm just going to pour it right into these silicone molds. I've already made a few, as you can see, and they release pretty easily, so I haven't worried about putting any sort of lubricant to help it. Once I've poured it into the molds, I want to make sure that I'm not going over the edge of my molds because I'm going to have to put the two halves together. And so if I poured too much in, I'm going to quickly scoop it out. One of the most important things to do when you're working with concrete is that you need to find a way to release any air bubbles. If there's air bubbles trapped inside my concrete mixture, then it's going to harden that way and I'm going to end up with big gaps in my mold, which I don't want. So for this, it's pretty small. I can do one of two things. I can lightly tap it. I've also had luck just tapping it like this. I'm gonna let this set. In about an hour, I should be able to release it. That's how quickly this works, you guys. It's been about an hour. These are totally set. I'm gonna pop them out and show you how to finish these off. Now I have my two halves, and the only thing I need to do is stick them together. To do that, I am going to use this Quikrete construction adhesive. It's super simple to work with. You put it into your caulk gun, but I'm just gonna squeeze a bead onto one half of my pumpkin. Press the two halves together, and I'm gonna let that set. Once your adhesive has set up and dried a little bit, the last thing that I did is that I went around that crack with a little bit more concrete just to fill it in and to smooth it out a little bit. I'm going to show you how. Just like before, you're going to mix your concrete till it's the consistency of a peanut butter or a pudding. And then you don't have to be neat about this because you're going to go back with some sandpaper. What I did is that I glopped it onto that crack, and then I actually used my fingers, and I'm just sort of rubbing it in to the gap. All right, I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'll come back and sand it, and I'll have something just like this. One thing that I wanted to share with you is this product here. This is actually the Quikrete Cement Color, and what I love about this is that this is another way to change the look of your concrete. So I actually went ahead and I added some of this to my concrete mix earlier, and you can see that if you want to have legitimate colored pumpkins, you can use this to dye your concrete. Really cute, right? It's been about 45 minutes. I am back. This is dry. I can tell by touch, but you can also see that it's the same color as the rest of the pumpkin. All I'm gonna do is take a sanding block, and I'm just gonna sand any rough edges. There you have it. These concrete baby boos took maybe an hour and a half. They cost nearly nothing in materials, and I think they are such a cute accent to go in a succulent planter or just to have around the house at Halloween. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a great day, everyone.